Y'all, we got one of the spiciest, most unexpected twists in the world of rap, fame, and reality TV royalty. You better grab a snack, 'cause this one's gonna have you side-eyeing your phone like Kendall Jenner said what. So picture this. It's a chill LA evening, red carpet vibes, cameras flashing, and Kendall Jenner, yes, Kardashian-adjacent Kendall, steps onto the mic for a quick interview. Now she's usually all about fashion, skincare, and vibes, but tonight, she shook the entire rap game with one line. She looks dead into the camera and says, "Honestly, I think Kendrick Lamar makes the best music out right now, better than anyone else." Cue the internet exploding in real time. We're talking about a Jenner girl dropping unfiltered opinions in the middle of rap's most intense rivalry season. People gasped, some clapped, others called cap. And the timing couldn't be worse, or maybe it was strategic. Because just days earlier, Kendrick had fans buzzing with those cryptic bars that might have been a sneak diss toward Drake. The streets were already tense. And now here comes Kendall, adding gasoline to the fire with her unexpected cosign. Fans are wondering, was this a random compliment, a low-key shot at Travis Scott, or is Kendall closer to Kendrick than we thought? Eyes, and get this, sources say her comment did not sit well with certain folks in Calabasas. Kylie, allegedly fuming, Travis, radio silent. And word on the street is this little opinion might have sparked real tension between the sisters behind the scenes. So buckle up, because this ain't just about music. This is about loyalty, legacy, and possibly low-key betrayal. Let's get into it. You ready for the tea? Because what started as a casual comment from Kendall Jenner spiraled into one of the messiest crossovers between the world of rap royalty and reality TV drama, and trust, nobody saw this coming. This ain't just about music taste anymore. It's about lines being drawn, relationships getting tested, and the Kardashians versus Kendrick narrative heating up in real time. So let's rewind it to that moment. The red carpet. The glammed-out Kendall, sleek dress, flawless makeup, being interviewed at the GQ Men of the Year party. The host asks a simple question: who's running the rap game right now, in your opinion? Now, everyone expected a safe answer. Maybe Travis Scott, maybe Ye, maybe even one of the trendy TikTok rappers. But Kendall, she didn't even flinch. Kendrick Lamar, no question. Boom, that clip hit Twitter within seconds. Kendall says Kendrick makes the best music. The blogs were on it. Say Cheese reposted it. The Shade Room ran with it. Comments were instantly split. Facts, she knows what's up. She just dissed her own sister's baby daddy. Kendall been quiet for too long, what else she know? But behind the scenes, oh, it was way messier than anyone knew. According to multiple insiders, Kendall's comment didn't just shock fans. It set off alarms in the Kardashian-Jenner circle. Kylie Jenner, who's been co-parenting her 2 kids with Travis Scott, allegedly found out about the clip from a fan account. That's right, she didn't even get a heads up. And let's just say, sis did not take it well. She was pissed, said a close friend of the family. She felt blindsided, like, why would Kendall go out of her way to hype up Kendrick knowing the history? See, here S where it gets juicy. There's been low-key tension between Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar for years. Nothing public. No beef on wax. But sources say Travis always felt like Kendrick threw subtle shade in interviews and songs. The industry whispered about unreleased collabs that never saw the light of day. And producers who claimed Travis didn't want Kendrick on the track after he heard the verse. One insider even spilled that during the Astroworld sessions, Kendrick was approached for a feature and turned it down, allegedly saying, "I don't do roller coasters, I build cathedrals." Phew. So yeah, there's history. And now Kendall's standing on a red carpet, gushing about Kendrick's artistry like she don't share Sunday brunch with Travis's kids. You can't not see how that would spark a fire. Allegedly, Kylie immediately called Kendall after the clip went viral. Sources say the convo was short, tense, and ended with Kendall hanging up. One source close to the situation said, Kylie felt like it was a betrayal. Kendall felt like Kylie was being insecure. They haven't spoken since. And it wasn't just Kylie who was pressed. Word got out that Kris Jenner, the mastermind herself, wasn't happy with the PR mess. The whole Kardashian empire runs on image control, and here comes Kendall throwing off the balance with one unscripted sentence. She tried to clean it up behind the scenes, said one PR source. There were talks about putting out a joint family statement to clarify Kendall's comment, but Kendall refused. Yup, refused. She said, "I'm not taking it back. Kendrick's the best." I said what I said. And just like that, Kendall Jenner did something no one saw coming. She picked a side outside the Kardashian bubble. And baby, it shook everything. Now here's where the plot thickens. Days later, Kendall was spotted leaving a Nabu dinner with none other than Dave Free. That's right, Kendrick Lamar's longtime creative partner, co-founder of PG Lang, and one of the most elusive minds in the game. No cameras inside the restaurant, but fans who caught them leaving described the vibe as casual but locked in. Was it a date? A business meeting? Or was Kendall officially stepping into the PG Lang universe? The streets started talking. "I'm telling you right now," tweeted one user, "Kendall about to be the next face of a PG Lang fashion drop. Kendall joining the Kendrickverse? Kylie not gonna recover from this," another wrote. And just when people thought things couldn't get any more dramatic, Travis Scott threw his own shade, the La Flame way. At his Miami concert that weekend, during his freestyle interlude, Travis dropped a suspicious line that had fans' ears perked all the way up. Model talk, snakes in the garden / saying who the king is, but don't know who started. Oop, no names, no context, but the internet knew exactly what that was about. The crowd reaction was instant. Phones lit up. Blogs ran headlines like, "Travis sends subliminal shots over Kendall's Kendrick comments." Even Drake's camp allegedly sent a DM to Travis with the eyeball emoji. Eyes now the plot had everybody involved. Fans started choosing sides. TikTok creators made breakdown videos. Reddit threads exploded with timelines, receipts, and theories. One theory, that Kendall's comment was never accidental, that it was intentional, that she's been planning a pivot out of the Kardashian PR machine and into the PG Lang artistic world, and that her Kendrick shoutout was her grand entrance. Another theory, that her and Kendrick had a thing way back. A very quiet, super low-key, pre-Bad Bunny fling that was never public, but left enough of an impression for her to stan his music this hard. And before y'all laugh it off, let's not forget Kendrick loves mystery. He thrives in silence. And Kendall, she's been eerily silent on it all. No clarifications, no tweets, no posts, just vibes. That's exactly the kind of move someone would make if they were operating on PG Lang frequency. Meanwhile, fans started noticing a change in Kendall's aesthetic. Her IG started getting darker, more cinematic. Black and white photos, vintage film shots. A subtle shift toward the type of branding you'd expect from someone working with a creative collective like Kendrick S. "She's going Kendrick core," one TikToker said. "Watch, she's gonna be the face of a short film by April." And y'all, the reactions were intense. Some fans were here for it. They felt like Kendall finally breaking free from the Kardashian filter and aligning with real artistry was a power move. Others, not so much. They accused her of clout chasing, of inserting herself in hip-hop narratives she has no business in. One viral tweet read, "Why is a Jenner speaking on who's the best in rap? Sit this one out, Kendall." But the biggest twist of all, Kendrick still hasn't said a word. Not a post, not a tweet, not even a like on IG. And that silence, it's deafening. Because Kendrick's fans know when he doesn't speak, he's plotting. And now everyone's wondering, is he about to drop a track addressing all this? Is he gonna say Kendall's name in a verse? Is there something bigger going on behind the scenes? Because let's be honest, Kendrick never moves accidentally. If Kendall is aligning herself with him, it's not random. And if she just kicked off a silent war between Travis's camp and PG Lang? Phew, we might be in for the messiest lyrical beef of the year. And it all started with one offhand comment from the quietest Kardashian sister. "And baby, we just getting started. You ready for this?" Is where things go from mild red carpet drama to full-blown Hollywood hip-hop Cold War. You thought Kendall Jenner casually naming Kendrick Lamar as the best in the game was just a fan moment. Nah, it was a chess move. And every single person tied to her name, or his, started reacting like pawns on a board that nobody even realized was in play. So let's get into what happened right after the Dave Free dinner sighting. Cause that was no ordinary link-up. According to insiders, yes, real industry insiders, that dinner wasn't just a meet and greet. It was a creative pitch meeting. Sources say Dave Free has been quietly scouting a major visual campaign for PG Lang's upcoming expansion into fashion, film, and experimental art. And guess whose name popped up on a shortlist of untouchable muses? Kendall Jenner. One source who overheard a convo at Soho House in West Hollywood claimed Dave told a stylist, "Kendall got the aesthetic. She's clean but mysterious. Pure canvas. That's PG Lang." Now pause, because if that's true, it means Kendall wasn't just giving Kendrick a random compliment, she was positioning herself to enter his world. And guess who didn't like that? Yup, Travis Scott. Word spread fast that Travis felt played and embarrassed. One insider close to Cactus Jack's circle said Travis felt like Kendall broke unspoken family code by linking with someone that close to his rival. Allegedly, Travis even canceled a creative meeting with a director who had recently shot a PG Lang campaign. When asked why, he reportedly said, "If they rockin' with them, they ain't rockin' with me." Petty? Maybe. But in this game, image is everything. Meanwhile, back at the Kardashian compound, things were boiling over. Kylie and Kendall hadn't spoken face-to-face since the red carpet comment, but insiders said their group chat with KH Lo, Kourtney, and Kim was on fire. One assistant close to the family leaked that Kylie sent a message saying, "So I guess we picking Kendrick over family now?" Kendall allegedly replied, "I didn't say anything about you. I gave props to an artist. Since when is that illegal?" But the damage was done. Fans started picking apart every detail down to who unfollowed who. At one point, Kendall briefly unfollowed Travis on Instagram. Some say it was accidental. Others say it was very intentional. Either way, the screenshot made its way to every blog in existence. And then, Travis made his next move. During a pop-up show in Houston, he debuted a new, unreleased track that fans swear contains subliminal bars aimed directly at Kendall. The line that had the internet buzzing. "Switched sides for a quote, now you Vogue in disguise thought it was fam, turns out it's just filtered lies." Eyes, the crowd, silent for 2 seconds, then screamed. Phones went up. TikTok editors started cutting clips within minutes. And here's where it gets even wilder. Guess who posted a black and white selfie on IG the next morning, wearing no makeup, no caption, standing in front of a PG Lang poster? Kendall, freakin', Jenner, no words, just vibes. Some fans said it was innocent, others not so much. "She's playing the long game," one comment read. "That's not a selfie, that's a warning shot." But let's take a step back, because what was once drama between a few celebs quickly became a cultural debate. Everyone had an opinion. Podcasts, radio stations, Twitter threads, even club DJs were commenting on this saga. Hot 97's Ebro went live on IG and said, "You know what's crazy? The Kardashian-Jenner girls always moved around rappers. But Kendall, she just flipped the narrative. She's not being moved by the culture, she's trying to shape it now." Others disagreed. Charlamagne chimed in on The Breakfast Club, saying, "This ain't about music. This is about two sisters being in the same ecosystem and stepping on each other's toes. Period. It's giving family sabotage." And you want to talk about fan reactions? Hugh, the streets were wildin'. Some fans started tagging Kendall in every Kendrick post with Queen Energy and PG Lang Princess. They edited her face into PG Lang aesthetics, lo-fi VHS filters, moody jazz loops in the background, her walking in slow motion with Kendrick narrating. Meanwhile, Kylie stans were not having it. They came with the smoke, flooding Kendall's comments with snake emojis, calling her disloyal, and dragging her for chasing artistic clout. The fandom war, it got ugly. And just when things couldn't get any messier, an unexpected name entered the chat. Bad Bunny. Yup, Kendall's ex. At first, fans thought he'd stay quiet, but nope. He made a surprise appearance during a fashion show in Paris, walked the runway in a trench coat, and at the after-party. Someone caught him saying this to a reporter: "Real art don't need family politics. It speaks louder." And boom, everyone took that as a shot. Fans started dissecting his past interviews, old lyrics, even Instagram stories from his time dating Kendall. One clip resurfaced where he jokingly said, "She love Kendrick, man. It's weird. She play all right like it's church music." So now the internet was screaming, she been Kendrick coded. By this point, even Kendrick's usually silent fanbase was joining the fray. One viral thread on Twitter listed, 10 Reasons Kendall Secretly Been a PG Lang Girl. Citing moments like her sudden interest in vintage jazz, her minimalist IG layout, and her 2019 Vogue spread where she quoted Toni Morrison, a known Kendrick inspiration. Meanwhile, Travis started cleaning house. He unfollowed anyone connected to PG Lang, canceled a rumored collab with Baby Keem, even allegedly turned down a festival slot because Kendrick was on the bill. Sources say he's now telling people he wants to take his sound in a darker, more solitary direction. aka, less friendly collabs, and more I'm in my villain era vibes. But here's what no one expected. At a Grammys pre-party, Kendall and Kendrick were spotted in the same room. No public interaction, no photo, but one partygoer posted this. Kendall walked past Kendrick. They made eye contact. He nodded, she smiled. She didn't stop walking. Just that, and suddenly the energy shifted again. Now the question on everyone's mind was, is Kendall right? It was. What's really going on between her and Kendrick? Is it professional, personal? Is she being groomed for a secret PG Lang project? Is there unreleased content we haven't seen? Or is she just living in her truth, finally speaking on what she's always believed? And more importantly, what does Kylie do next? Because word on the street is she's gearing up for her own comeback. Sources say Kylie is in talks to executive produce a docuseries for Hulu focused on navigating family, fame, and forgiveness in the spotlight. One insider claimed, "It's loosely inspired by everything going on. She's not naming names, but viewers will know what's being addressed." Phew. So now we've got music beef, family fractures, brand loyalty warfare, and a cultural shift being led by the quietest Kardashian. And all of it rooted in one simple, honest moment. Kendall Jenner saying Kendrick Lamar makes the best music out. Was it truth? Shade? A power play? We still don't know. But one thing is for sure, this ain't over. Not even close. And just when we thought the storm had passed, and things were gonna cool down between the Jenner sisters, Kendrick, and Travis, nah. This whole situation took a left turn into territory nobody could have predicted. Because while the internet was arguing over whether Kendall was secretly trying to become PG Lang's next muse, the Kardashians themselves were quietly gearing up for a major showdown. One that would spill from red carpets into production meetings, from cryptic Instagram captions into real-life contracts. Let's start with what happened at Hulu HQ. See, you might remember how Kylie was allegedly in talks to executive produce a new docuseries, right? Well, the working title leaked. The other side of the glam. And according to a production assistant who spoke anonymously, the early cuts of the first episode had direct references to Kendall, and even blurred out footage of a PG Lang designed deck sitting on Kendall's kitchen counter during a family brunch. Oh, it gets petty. Because someone from Kendall's camp caught wind of it before it went to legal. And guess what Kendall did? She lawyered up. That's right. For the first time ever, Kendall Jenner filed an official block against her own family's production team, demanding editorial control over any footage involving her name or likeness in this project. The Kardashians had fought with exes, producers, even entire networks, but never each other like this. A source close to the family spilled to an anonymous blog, Kendall feels like they're trying to spin her moment into a storyline she didn't sign up for. She's tired of being the quiet one who just goes along. Meanwhile, fans started noticing Kendall's posts becoming more curated, more cinematic, each one looking less like influencer content and more like an art film storyboard. And then she dropped that post. January 3rd, black and white photo, no caption, just her standing barefoot in a dimly lit room with handwritten words scribbled across the wall behind her. Tell the truth, even if it shakes the room. Boom, that quote. It didn't just spark speculation, it was a direct reference to Kendrick's short film, We Cry Together, which uses that exact phrase in its production notes. The internet lost it. Within hours, #Kendrick Jenner started trending again. Not romantically, but artistically. Fans now believed this wasn't just an aesthetic alignment, it was a creative alliance. Some were calling it a brand rebirth. Others were calling it a full-on defection from the Kardashian industrial complex. And then it happened. PG Lang dropped a surprise teaser for an upcoming experimental project simply titled Silhouettes. No cast names, no voiceovers, just shadows walking across rooftops, desert roads, and candlelit rooms. The vibe, moody, poetic, abstract, but in the very last shot, a silhouette that clearly looked like Kendall, her walk, her hair, her energy. And the caption? Some stories choose their narrators. Hugh, now let's talk about the public response, because this wasn't just entertainment news anymore. This became a cultural moment. High-fashion mags like ID, Paper, and even Vogue started running pieces on the Kendrick effect. A deep dive into how his artistic integrity had become so powerful. It was now influencing America's most image-controlled family. An excerpt from Dazed Digital read, Kendall Jenner, once the silent face of passive luxury, is now making artistic statements so subtle yet so loaded. They rival the bars of the man she's allegedly aligned herself with. This isn't just rebranding, this is rebellion. Meanwhile, the Kardashian PR machine was struggling to control the narrative. Kris Jenner, usually 5 steps ahead, was reportedly furious behind the scenes. Sources said she felt blindsided by Kendall's PG Lang pivot and had allegedly scheduled an intervention-style family meeting to bring Kendall back into alignment. But Kendall didn't show up. No-shows at family events are rare. This wasn't a brunch. This was strategic resistance. And it sent one clear message: Kendall was done playing quiet. Now here's where Travis Scott comes back into the equation. Travis had stayed mostly low-key since the freestyle in Houston. But then, during a pop-up interview with Zane Lowe, he was asked if he thought Kendrick was the best in the game, echoing Kendall's exact words. And Travis, sipping from a Cactus Jack mug, paused, he smirked, and said, "Best at what? OOP." Zane asked, "You don't think he's top of the rap mountain?" Travis leaned forward and replied, "Kendrick's a poet, I respect that. But I'm a world builder. We not in the same league, we in different dimensions." Boom, instant backlash. Fans immediately called it shade. TikTok exploded with remix edits of Travis's quote next to Kendrick's Pulitzer Prize. Twitter had a field day. The discourse was brutal. Kendrick a Pulitzer, Travis a Fortnite skin. Not Travis acting brand new when he ain't dropped a classic since Astroworld. And as if on cue, Kendrick's team made another move. That weekend, PG Lang's Instagram dropped a quote slide. Poets build worlds too. They just start with the truth. No tags, no explanation, but everybody knew what it meant. By now, this wasn't just a family rift. This was a philosophical war. About what art means, about what fame demands, about whether truth can coexist with brand deals and cosmetic lines. Even industry elites were commenting. Solange Knowles posted the PG Lang teaser with the caption, "Finally, someone in that family said something real." Questlove reposted Kendall's shadow silhouette and wrote, "Legacy isn't inherited, it's built." And y'all, ye even posted about it. Yes, Kanye West, in all caps. On his Only Real Artists Matter tip, he posted, "Kendall the only one who saw the light. I tried to tell him years ago." Of course, no one took that too seriously. But still, Ye's input only added fuel to a fire burning across culture, family, and music. Now here's the final twist. Rumors started circulating that Kendrick and Kendall had been working on a short film together since October. A deeply personal, avant-garde project titled The Distance Between Names. The alleged theme: fame, silence, and the illusion of closeness in a world built on optics. One anonymous production member said, "There's no romance. It's not about love. It's about the space between people who are forced to exist as symbols instead of selves." And Kendall kills it. If that's true, then Kendall Jenner isn't just a passive player in the Kendrick narrative. She's writing a new one. And Travis, Kylie, Kris, the whole Kardashian machine, they just might be watching the first real defection from their carefully crafted empire. So what happens next? Is this all part of a genius rollout for PG Lang's next chapter? Is Kendall stepping into her art girl era for good? And will the family ever recover from this unexpected collision of truth, rap, and reality TV rebellion? All we know is this: Kendall Jenner said Kendrick makes the best music. And somehow, those 6 words changed everything. Let's get one thing straight. When Kendall Jenner stepped out of the Kardashian-Jenner brand lane and swerved straight into PG Lang territory, she didn't just cause gossip. She cracked open a cultural Pandora's box. Showed us the rift forming between fame and family, truth and image, artistry and influence. That's where the aftershocks hit, and baby, they came in the form of lawsuits, leaked footage, and a potential secret collaboration that might change the game forever. So let's pick up right where we left off. The distance between names. This mysterious short film, allegedly co-produced by Kendrick Lamar and directed by a shadow team within PG Lang, had only been rumored. But now, it wasn't just whispers, it was very real. And multiple people on the inside, including a makeup artist, a set runner, and an editor, started talking. Carefully, anonymously, but the tea, boiling. Word was this short film had been in development since September. And it wasn't just some indie side project. It was personal, visceral, inspired by real-life events. And one of the core themes? How people become products. One source close to the project revealed. Kendall plays a version of herself. Not literally, but she's a woman raised in front of cameras, asked to smile through silence, who finally starts speaking. And when she does, everything around her starts falling apart. And the wildest part? There's allegedly a scene where Kendall's character walks through a white corridor lined with flat-screen TVs, each one showing manipulated clips of her real-life self. Red carpets, runway shows, tabloid headlines, and then a voiceover kicks in, Kendrick's voice. The voiceover is rumored to say, they sold her before she ever got a chance to speak. Now she got questions, and the receipts are in her silence. Goosebumps. Fans who heard about the scene said it gave major "We Cry Together" meets The Truman Show energy. A surreal, fourth-wall-breaking confession of fame, womanhood, and the cost of staying quiet for too long. So naturally, Kris Jenner had a meltdown. Because make no mistake, for Kris, this was bigger than just family drama. This was about control, branding, contracts, and Kendall stepping out of the tightly polished Kardashian image factory and into PG Lang's wild, unapologetic, boundary-smashing world was a liability. Insiders at Hulu claim that, after seeing early footage from the PG Lang short film, Kris immediately called an emergency meeting with Disney execs. Her message was clear. If this gets out, we lose Kendall. They tried to force her hand. Legal threats were made. Clauses were cited. An entire legal team was reportedly assigned to analyze Kendall's non-compete clause with the Kardashian Hulu content. But here's the plot twist. Kendall never signed a non-compete. In fact, she was allegedly the only sibling who never agreed to lock herself into exclusivity with the family brand. Why? Because Kendall always played the background. She was the model, the minimalist, the quiet one. And while that seemed passive, it turns out it was strategic. She never fully handed Kris the keys. And now, that move gave her the freedom to make the biggest pivot of any Kardashian Jenner to date. Which brings us to the next level of chaos, the leaked phone call. Out of nowhere, a recording hit the blogs. A distorted audio clip uploaded by an anonymous Twitter account with no bio, no followers, and the handle at PGTruth 2024. The clip was only 1 minute and 17 seconds long, but fans the voices almost immediately. Kendall, Kris, and Kylie. The conversation was tense. In it, Kris could be heard saying, "This isn't just about a film, Kenny. It's about everything we built." Kendall replies, voice calm but firm, "Maybe I'm not interested in what we built. Maybe I'm interested in what's real." Then Kylie jumps in, "So you'd rather be Kendrick's puppet than your family?" And y'all, Kendall's answer? "No, I'd rather be his collaborator. There's a difference." Boom, mic drop. The leak went insane. Within hours, it had over 9 million views across reposts. Memes flew. Twitter threads analyzed every second. Some fans cheered Kendall for standing her ground. Others dragged her for turning her back on her blood. But one thing was undeniable. Kendall Jenner had found her voice, and she was using it. Meanwhile, Kendrick? Still no public comment. Still no post. Still no lyrics. But sources say he's deep in a creative bubble with PG Lang, prepping a rollout for something introspective, genre-breaking, and visual. And some insiders think the distance between names isn't just a short film, it's the prologue to his next album. Let that sink in. Kendrick has always used outside characters to tell deeper stories. We Cry Together, Keisha's song, even How Much a Dollar Cost. He builds emotional universes using voices we don't expect. And now, Kendall might be the unexpected narrator for his next era. And here's where it gets even crazier. Whispers started that another super-secret Kendall project exists, a photo-essay book, black and white film shots, haunting poetry. Kendall as the visual centerpiece, Kendrick as the narrator. Allegedly titled, Louder in Silence. A source from PG Lang said, "It's not about romance. It's about resonance. They're telling a story that's been locked behind filters and NDAs, and they're using each other as keys." So now fans are wondering, is this the new era of celebrity storytelling? Raw, unfiltered, nonlinear art made not by influencers, but by truth-tellers disguised as influencers. And let's not forget, the real-time reaction to all of this is still unfolding. Kim, silent, but sources say she's quietly distancing herself from the Kendrick drama, focusing on her law career and Skims branding. KH Low allegedly told someone at a party, "Let her find her peace. We all need something real." Kylie, still bitter, still private, but insiders claim she's ramping up a luxury makeup drop called Unfiltered, with marketing lines like, "Say what you mean," and "Beauty is louder than noise." Subtle shade? Maybe. Direct clapback? Probably. As for Crease, she's said to be plotting a redemption arc for the family name. A surprise Hulu holiday special featuring behind-the-scenes family footage, emotional interviews, and, yup, a sit-down with Kylie about sisterhood, betrayal, and boundaries. But here's the thing, the streets ain't buying it, not anymore. Kendall Jenner broke the fourth wall, she left the script. And once you do that, once you stand next to someone like Kendrick, who breathes truth into every bar, you can't go back. You can't shrink for the camera again. You can't sit quietly on the couch while your family shapes the narrative. You become the narrative. So now, the question isn't whether Kendall was right when she said Kendrick makes the best music. The real question is, was that her way of telling us she was finally ready to make her own? Because the silence is over. The filter's gone. And the Jenner who never said much. She's saying everything. Hugh, if you made it this far, give yourself a round of applause because we just unpacked one of the most unexpected, most chaotic, and most revolutionary moments in pop culture crossover history. Kendall Jenner didn't just give Kendrick Lamar a shout-out. She lit a fuse that exploded into family drama, artistic rebellion, and possibly the beginning of a whole new identity for the quietest Kardashian Jenner. Now we gotta ask you, was Kendall out of line? Or was she finally stepping into her truth? Is Kendrick really the best in the game? Or was this all just a carefully calculated move to shift public perception? And most importantly, if the distance between names drops, are you watching? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation, far from over. Let us know whose side you're on. Team Kendall the artistic rebel or Team Kylie the loyalist? Are you here for PG Lang Jenner? Or is this all just a masterclass in clout? If you love messy family feuds, high art collabs, and real truth being spoken between filtered IG stories, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Because we got exclusive updates coming if this project drops. And trust, you don't want to be late when that first trailer hits. This ain't just celebrity news anymore. It's culture, it's conflict, and it's getting louder every day. Stay tapped in, stay real, and stay ready for the next plot twist, because with Kendrick and Kendall in the mix, anything can happen.